So before this video begins, everything in this video is an allegation or an opinion unless it's been proven in a court of law. Please don't sue me. I don't have the money for that. Also, before this video begins, I want to thank Hi I'm Wonder on YouTube. I wouldn't have been able to make this video on Mark Feely because you cannot find any sort of pictures or clips of him on the internet. I'll get into why I think that in the video, but these clips came directly from his video. So,
Mark Feely.
Oh yeah, dude, the name Mark Feely, that is his legal name.
Oh no, please tell me he didn't try and touch anyone up.
Okay, so I'm guessing you don't know who he is then.
No.
Well, Mark Feely has one of the most tragic epithets of anyone I've ever heard. The nonce of the North.
The what?
The nonce of the North. So I don't know if you know, you're American. Nonce is a British term to describe a sex offender.
Oh, okay.
The term nonce comes from H.M.P. Belmarsh, where nonce would be written outside prison cells, and it stands for not on normal correctional exercise, and it was abbreviated to nonce. And obviously, these people always being in protection, it was only ever put on sex offender doors.
Okay.
Little history lesson, right? Tell me this shit ain't educational, YouTube.
Put in the more you know gif.
Exactly. So, he isn't well documented online. Like, in the general sort of online community, he's not well documented. But the moment he sort of enters an area of the UK, everyone knows who he is. There's warnings on everyone's Facebook, right? Now, it's difficult to find any videos on it, but Mark Feely used to make sort of thirst traps on TikTok. However, his account is now gone, and seemingly so are any accounts of anyone who does any re-uploads. They just disappear. He is one of the most hidden motherfuckers ever, right? And he has got allegations stemming the last 10 or so, 10, 20 years. I think he's in his 40s now. But there's no evidence of his existence half the time, right? It's either there's loads or there's none. And it sort of goes up in batches and then disappears, right? He has this long history of getting stung Chris Hansen style, right? And even allegedly, he was caught trying to meet up with someone as young as 7 years old.
Good Lord.
Now, as a sex offender in the UK, Mark isn't really meant to have any kind of social media account as a condition of his release into the general public. However, he's always got one going, from TikTok to Snapchat, which, of course, it's fucking Snapchat. I say this all the time. Who the fuck thought Snapchat with deleting messages was a good idea?
And the fact it gives you a notification whenever someone screenshots anything.
Yeah, that's worrying.
That too. I hate that because if I need evidence from a creep or something.
Yeah, but...
and then I screenshot it and then they see that. Terrifying.
I question who made Snapchat. That's kind of worrying, right? But there are masses of these clips, right? Most of the clips you can find of Mark are him getting stung, right? But I can't show you most of the clips, or YouTube is seemingly going to request me. So while these clips are sort of pretty decisive, you know, you see him in these clips and you're like, yeah, that's definitely someone trying to touch a kid. People have mixed feelings about them with these vigilante groups, because there are people who are like, yeah, finally, they're going to get a pedophile off the streets, right? Because these type of people have the highest reoffense rate at least statistically in the UK and the US, sex offenders have the highest reoffense rate. And so a lot of people who, when they get out, they just want them gone already. However, a lot of people say that these groups sort of hamper police investigations when they actually get around to fucking doing them for once. So there's both sides of the coin. I can understand why you might think that. There are some clips I can get away with putting in YouTube videos, and one of them is allegedly following a confrontation. Now, the allegation is Mark was following children to their home, as to which strangers had noticed this and intervened, and he was then recorded. These people clearly knew who he was, and They're shouting him, and the moment these people have started this argument, he's gone backwards, turned a corner, and just walked off.
You keep away from her. I'm not following her. I'm not following her.
What are you doing then?
I'm not following her.
Check his picture. You're running out.
I'm not following her.
Come on then, what do you want?
I'm not following her.
Now, after this, I can show you guys this clip in the call. There is a video clip of Mark doing an interview in a car, right? Which is, very British culture sort of type deal. And it goes like your normal sort of nonce interview, right? But he fucks up massively. Because when he's given the chance to say he's not into kids, he says, and I quote, I won't say I'm not attracted to them.
What the fuck?
Huh?
So Bella Blue, are you attracted to children?
I won't say not attracted to them.
The big thing about Mark is there's a conspiracy theory that he is either protected by the British police or protected by someone in the British government. This theory comes about from the large number of times he's been stopped by the police or caught in the act and received basically no punishment for his crimes.
I'm guessing the equivalent of a slap on the wrist.
He's told off and moved to a different area of the UK. That's what happens most of the time.
Yeah, the equivalent of basically being like naughty.
Yeah.
No, damn boy. We've told you you're not allowed kids.
Fuck you, jeez.
In fact, in one video where he was stung, the crew that stung him had claimed that he had said to a minor that as long as he plays dumb to what he's done, he'll get away with it.
You've messaged, right, one child, what we know of, right? You messaged saying, I can get away with it because I just played dumb. That's what you said. Can you remember saying that?
There was even a time that a man had stopped Mark at a train station and said he didn't want Mark in the area because he had younger siblings. Again, I can understand this standpoint, and realistically, legally, there's nothing the guy could have done. I can understand where he's coming from.
That does sound familiar. I think I have seen that clip.
Mark would call the police, and when the police officer arrived, he asked the man to move on, the man who was confronting Mark. When he didn't, he would be arrested by the police officer for swearing in the street.
Do you want to get arrested?
For what?
For saying swearing in the street.
Swear?
Hey, what have I said?
I'm not going anywhere.
You are going to get arrested any
What
second.
for?
Get out of my face. Right, get arrested.
Alright, what for? Yeah, I'll record this.
Right,
go on. Record this, right? Record this.
And in fact, during that confrontation, someone says there's a child around the corner of like this brick wall, and Mark peers his head around the corner just to look at the child.
Oh, there's a kid. Ah, look at him.
Hey, where you looking at the kid? You should mention the kid. You look round the corner.
Yeah, Mark has
I don't think I've seen that part of the clip, though.
Yeah, Mark has a history of just digging himself a deeper hole.
Right.
Now, there's this, people have said online in an attempt to defend Mark for some fucking reason that he has some kind of disability. And while I do admit he's got to be like one sick individual to like indulge and like continue on with his vile behavior, interactions with him being when people have stung him or when the police officer was saving his life, probably, they've shown him to at least be mentally competent. He knows what he's doing. But no matter how you try, there is no defending him. He has sent pictures of his dick to an 8-year-old child.
What the fuck?
I mean, the thing is, if people use defense that he mustn't be sound of mind, this, that, and the other, then surely, there must be some form of guardian or some form of carer to,
Who is not being held accountable for his actions if he cannot be held accountable for his own? He should not.
Yeah.
If he is such a danger to kids, but he can't help it, he shouldn't have an internet connection.
Exactly.
This is why I am of the opinion, legalize castration for sex offenders. Right? Get some old lady, rusty pair of scissors, just snip, snip, all done.
The clip of fucking in that cartoon film Hercules, just the rusty old scissors of fate just cutting, You know the one. Oh, I'll see it. Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Oh, that's tickled me, that has. Like Mark wants to tickle kids. There's also this popular theory that Mark being defended by the police has sort of lit a fire under him, right? And not the type that, you know, fire and a pitchfork like most people want to, right? Because whenever he's gone on live and people have called him a paedophile, he said, I'm going to give your names to the police and they're going to deal with you.
Sure, the police is, mate. I'm going to make sure they take all your names. So don't worry, mate. They'll be looking for you. Yeah, they take names, mate. Don't worry. So beware. You don't know what power I've got, mate.
And seemingly people have been dealt with. Accounts that have documented Mark's behavior have been completely terminated off of platforms. Now,
That's scary.
That's crazy.
Personally, I reckon in those instances where it's like, I'm going to get the police on you, he was flinging threats out like they're dick pics to kids, and he doesn't actually have that power. But there's sort of this concerning coincidence going on. But with that being said, do we think he has more power than he should and be put in a higher tier, or do we think he's just pathetic as shit?
I think you need a retake, because I don't know if you can keep that joke in there.
I'm keeping that joke in there.
See, I would say pretty high up because of how much of this is being swept under the rug and how much he's seeming to be protected.
But typically,
makes him like even more dangerous.
Yeah, typically with child like sex offenders, they go straight to S. But do we put
yeah,
him
that's
above
that's
Zoe Laverne, who...
What did she do again?
She kissed a 13-year-old.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I feel like definitely a step above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that, because
I mean, like
honestly,
he went for like even younger people on top of that.
yeah.
Yeah, he definitely goes above.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have enjoyed this video, I know these videos are slightly not the most entertaining, but they're informative, and I think a lot of these cretins get away with what they do and don't get the justice they deserve. If you have enjoyed, though, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out everyone in the description below, and I'll see you next time for Brandon Herbelin. Till then, take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves. Shit. Don't trust Minecraft YouTubers.